I wanted to take a minute to just share with you my vision, mission for our Las Vegas event, February 15th and 16th. I want to share with you what I'm trying to build, why I'm trying to make it the most impactful real estate event of the year. First and foremost, I wanted to be clear. I thought our first event last year was amazing, and I'm only trying to make number two better. My vision is to create a defined space with 400 plus real estate investors. I would like to see the environment just like last year, which was 300, go to 400. When you are a part of an ORaaT event, you're going to be around 400 other real estate investors who get it. My community is full of people who are trying or are doing the work. What you will see in my audience is people who are taking their shots, who are writing offers, who might be stuck but are getting uncomfortable and moving forward. I want to create an environment over 2 days where all of your questions are answered. In order to do that, I see several ways for you to ask questions. First and foremost, every single speaker will allow time to take live questions from the audience. What does that look like? On one side of the room, there will be a microphone where you can line up to ask your questions. I think this is unique. I think it is valuable, and I do it on purpose. If you have questions for Dion, great, he'll take them. If you have questions for Matt or others, they will be there and they will ask questions. Second, my speakers don't fly in and fly out. They are not there for an hour or two and then leave. They are there for the weekend. Now, if you happen to allocate yourself to buy a VIP ticket, congratulations. You are going to get 6 hours of very defined time to network with the speakers because that's where I will be feeding them. They will be going to the VIP room to be fed. They will sit at individual tables and first come, first serve. And again, you will be able to sit with them for hours and hours and hours and ask questions. They'll also be going around the event. So you can just tap them on the shoulder, take a picture, ask questions. The number one thing I'm trying to do is provide a safe place for you to ask questions. I'm trying to provide a safe place where your spouse or significant other can ask a question. A lot of folks go to ORaaT events with their significant others. Maybe they're on board, maybe they're not, maybe they're kind of on board. But trust me, get in a room with 400 people going the same direction and let them ask questions. Let them share their concerns. If they're afraid of getting up in front of a room of 400 people, I get it. I get it. But guess what? Bring your list of questions and find the different speakers and ask them and ask multiple people the same questions. Second, I do want to shout out the group, the audience. As a creator of events for multiple decades for work, my day job, now having done a couple of events myself, you can never control the audience. The audience makes the event. Sometimes you go to these events where people are just in their little bubbles taking notes and they take off. That's not an ORaaT event. We create daily content on YouTube. We have daily viewers on YouTube. We have daily commenters on YouTube, and you will see they will interact and get to meet each other and reestablish connections. Again, an event like an ORaaT celebration is special because of the energy of the audience, the expertise of the speakers, and no selling. None of my speakers will be selling anything. At best, they will talk about a YouTube channel they have that you can follow along. We won't be doing back of the room credit card nonsense. We won't be doing anything like that. You will not see anybody sell anything. Why? Because my event is a celebration. It's a celebration of another year of helping people grow. So the ORaaT event, let's show you in why I have put together the agenda I have. Again, when I put together an agenda, I'm thinking about you, the audience, and the big rocks in the room. So the first thing I want to highlight is the location. I am not at a casino for a couple of reasons. First and foremost, in order to get to a casino, you need to spend $50,000 a day. And I don't feel like spending $100,000 just for the location. So I am off strip. It's at 1001 North Bruce Street. It's called the Blind Center. The Blind Center is something that Monday through Friday helps the visually impaired of Clark County, aka Vegas. The other thing I like to do is give back. The Blind Center rents out their building on the weekends, and my tens of thousands of dollars is basically a donation. It helps run the facilities. So I happily spend tens and tens of thousands of dollars on the location, on food, because I can give back to the visually impaired and not a casino. Casinos already make enough money. They don't need my money. But if I can write a check as basically call it a donation, that makes me feel great. Second, we are off strip. As a content creator and host, one of the things that I did not understand was being off strip is amazing. You can't easily get out. You need to call an Uber to go back. You need to have a rental car. We don't have the slot machines and the tables and the alcohol that are just sitting there for you waiting to, get lazy. Nope. If you're going to be at my event, you're there. That's important because day one is 12 hours. Day one ORaaT event goes from 8 to 8. Again, the last 2 hours are dinner, cake, celebration. But again, very, very important. The ORaaT event, again, is 2 days, zero selling, all of that. You can read that on the Eventbrite. But let's get to the links, or let's get to the speakers. Something that I deemed very important is I want to get couples on stage. I know there's a lot of folks out there that one party or the other is interested in, the other is just not there yet. We are going to have a couple kick off Monday or Saturday and Sunday, day one and day two, because I think it's important for couples to ask questions of couples. Then number two, we are going to have somebody go on stage that never made a lot of money, worked at a movie theater, found a way to raise capital via eBay flipping, and became financially free and quit his job. Again, I love the story of starting from very little and earning freedom. It's possible. Getting wealthy today is possible, even for the folks that don't make a lot of money. You just got to focus and execute. Next, we're going to talk about lazy landlord and think about the minimum number of units to retire, and think about time versus money. I think being a lazy landlord is the way for most people. You don't need 20, you don't need 50, you don't need 100, and you certainly don't need 1,000. What could you do with 12, 9, 18? These are the questions that we will ask the millionaires or the lazy landlord. Then I have so many people that are a part of my community that want to come be a part of this. I can't fit them all in a presentation. So we are going to have what's called the Millionaire Panel, 90 minutes. If you are a weekly guest on my channel and you are at this event, thank you, thank you, thank you. And you will be on stage answering questions, networking with folks, because again, you are part of One Rental at a Time, and I want to celebrate you. Then we will have our first 2 hours of networking. Again, if you want to network with the speakers, other millionaires, buy the VIP. You will be in a very small room with a order of all the guests, so it'll be much easier to network. Then we're going to have a surprise speaker, not telling anybody who this is, but trust me, you will want to be back in your seats at 2:30 for someone that you want to hear from, somebody you've asked to hear from. They are going to go on stage for 30 minutes. I have to think about how can I get people back in their chairs for this special speaker. Then we're going to have somebody come on who went to school forever, right? Doctors, lawyers, engineers, computer science. Some of those folks get in those careers and they feel trapped. We're going to have somebody go on stage who was just that such situation and decided to jump ship and start something very new. Again, we're going to ask her why she did that, how she did it, was she scared, all of that. Next, we are going to shout out the audience. we are going to recognize the folks that make one rental at a time special. There are a handful of folks this year that we will be celebrating. I hope to make this a yearly thing where we celebrate folks. But yes, we are going to shout out people in the audience. We're going to give some awards, some recognition, and it is going to be a good time. Then we'll have a 20-minute break. And finally, this is going to be the keynote. What did I do here? This is supposed to be the keynote. Oh, I needed to add something here. So I actually need to add something. There's a break after this and then a keynote. Let's make that change right now. That is supposed to be keynote. See, I'm glad I'm doing this with you. Keynote presentation, keynote. Let's just say keynote. Save. Yeah, that's the keynote between the sell awards, and that is a break and then keynote presentation. Then you will have your second opportunity to network. Again, this will be dinner. Again, I'm feeding both general admission and VIP this year. Then we go to day 2. Again, opening statements. We'll have a couple go on stage, talk about house hacking. Again, think about that. Your 6 house hacks and you can retire, build a rental portfolio one at a time. It is amazing. We'll talk about out-of-state investing done well. I think there's a couple of ways to do it well and lots of ways to do it wrong. We will bring up someone that I know is doing it right. We're going to talk about creating content to attract investors, money, and deals. Again, one of the things you should be doing is starting a channel or a blog, whatever you're comfortable with, and documenting your process. Then we're going to have a tools panel where people come on like Dana, and Bo and the like, talk about tools. We'll have a lender panel, how to get some money, the folks at Convoy, Velocity, and the like. Lunch, again, a surprise speaker. Part of the things I have to think about is how to get your butt back in seats after lunch. And the only way I know how to do that is create a rock star presentation after lunch that you have to be a part of. We're going to talk about your mindset, how to make sure you stay healthy all year, how to stay healthy. Keep your mind right. I do have an open spot currently, which I'm keeping flexible because I have irons in the fire for several folks. And then we will go into our closing thoughts. So again, I'm trying to create an event that not only is amazing for the guests, but have content that is important. No selling, no selling, no selling. We are there to celebrate and we are there to ask questions. We are there to network. We are there to help people. We are there to move forward. Folks, it's time to buy your tickets. As we get closer and closer to the event, flights and hotels will get more expensive. If you buy your tickets now and you book your hotels and flights, you might save enough money to pay for the tickets. It's just how it works. In Las Vegas, the closer you get to the weekend, the more expensive flights and hotels will get. It always happens. And again, this is President's Day weekend. If you really want to make a baller move, you could travel Thursday night. You could celebrate Valentine's Day Friday in Vegas, a show, a dinner, come to the event Saturday and Sunday, and then travel home Monday. What a baller move that would be. Travel Thursday, party Sunday or party Friday for Valentine's Day. Do 2-day events at ORaaT Celebration Saturday and Sunday, and travel home Monday. It is President's Day weekend. I do that on purpose because, again, I know everybody has a job. But hey, travel back Monday. Do 2 full days at least. If not, also celebrate Valentine's Day. I'll leave a link below. I hope to see you in Vegas. Buy now, book flights, book hotels, save some money. Later.